Today, we're not talking about fame and we're not talking about followers. I'm talking about something way more powerful. It's the secret language of magnetic brands, and it's what makes people think of you before they even know your name. Hey guys, Sam Ross here. I'm an agency owner and entrepreneur, and I've been helping emerging brands with their visibility and helping them scale to consistent 10K plus months and beyond for over 10 years. I grew up in New York City in the golden age of advertising because my dad was the creative director and VP at Ogilvy, among some other well-known agencies. So this topic is something I'm very familiar with. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand how to master personal branding just like a celebrity. And don't worry, you don't need to have a massive budget or a Hollywood team to make this work. All you need is something called semiotic branding. So if you struggle with visibility or how to set yourself apart in today's crowded markets, you can use this to shape perception and become instantly recognizable. And it doesn't matter if you're not famous. Anyone building a personal brand can apply this. So, what is semiotic branding? Well, you experience it every day, even if you don't know it. If a check mark makes you think of Nike or the color purple makes you think of Prince, then congratulations, you've just experienced semiotic branding. Semiotic branding is the intentional use of visual signals, aesthetic cues, and value positioning through messaging to create meaning and connection around a person or a product. Now, we're all familiar with how the big brands influence our buying habits and how deeply ingrained they are in our subconscious. But what's not as obvious, yet equally influential, is when people are able to harness this power. So let's start with what people see first. Your visual signature. This is the consistent visual signal that makes you instantly recognizable. Think color, silhouette, uniform, recurring visual markers. It's the C layer in your visual signature. When people see it, they immediately know who you are. So think about Anna Wintour. The iconic bob haircut, the dark sunglasses, that's it. That's the whole thing. You see those two elements and your brain instantly fires Anna Wintour. She's been wearing that same look for decades and it hasn't changed. That consistency is exactly why it works. And not only do you recognize her, your brain instinctively makes the connection to authority, taste, and precision. Now here's why this matters. In a saturated world, visual consistency is what makes you findable. It's what makes you stick in someone's mind when they're scrolling, when they're thinking about who to hire, and when they're deciding who they should trust. Karl Lagerfeld understood this too. The high collar, the fingerless gloves, the white ponytail, also the sunglasses, these weren't accidents. They were his deliberate choices that became his signature. I mean, I honestly have no idea what Karl Lagerfeld looks like without his sunglasses. And here's what's brilliant. You looked at Karl and you thought, style, cool, icon, tastemaker. And like I said, you don't need to have a famous face to have a visual signature. It's all about repetition and clarity. Being consistent is the most important thing. It matters more than perfection. People start to associate that look with your energy, your values, your work. So if you focus on a color, let's say, and they see that color consistently, eventually they feel the connection to you. Now, if you consistently wear, a cream linen shirt instead of changing your aesthetic every single week, it has impact. And your visual signature doesn't have to be expensive or trendy, it's just gotta be intentional. But seeing you is only half the story. The real magic happens in how people feel when they encounter you. This is your aesthetic cue. The overall visual and emotional style you operate in. Think vibe, tone, mood, design, language. This is the feel layer. It's the emotional experience someone has when they step into your world, which is the most powerful way to leave an impression on someone because people don't remember facts. They remember how you made them feel. Look at Ina Garten, the cookbook author and chef. She's warm, relaxed, refined, but approachable. She doesn't do her cooking show on a set. She's in her actual home. It's her real home by the beach in her real kitchen. It's got soft neutrals, natural light. It's a beautiful kitchen, but it's not intimidating like it's something out of Architectural Digest. So it's not like out of reach. She's always wearing a crisp shirt. She just has like this effortless hosting energy, the style, even her voice. It's always just really like calm and even and silky and relaxed while she's poaching a chicken and making a sauce and pouring the wine. I mean, her aesthetic cue says something really specific. You can be elegant and real. You can have good taste and be accessible. It's a whole vibe. When you watch her, I know I keep saying relax, but that's just how you feel. You just feel relaxed and invited into her world, and people love her for this. That is the power of aesthetic cues that are aligned. And what about Steve Jobs? Simple, minimal, intellectual, stripped down. He wore a black turtleneck. He was always on a stage whenever he was giving presentations that was a very simple black stage, not a lot of like decor or anything like that. The products are clean with a clean design. His aesthetic cue was restraint. No visual noise, no unnecessary words. And when you listen to him, it was easy to understand. It was clear. His whole look and vibe was in juxtaposition to the complicated tech overwhelm feeling. So your aesthetic cue is the feeling someone gets from the look of your world, your content, your space, your words. It's the tone of your emails, the pace of your videos, the energy you bring to a call. It's whether your website feels like a high-end boutique or a cozy coffee shop. Both totally work, but they need to be you, and they've got to be intentional. And this is where a lot of founders get stuck, because you can't fake a vibe. It's just a disaster if you do. If you're trying to be luxe, but you're scattered and chaotic, people feel that contradiction. If you're trying to be approachable, but your design is like cold and corporate-y, people feel that too. So your aesthetic code has to match who you actually are. Now, Ina's aesthetic has been consistent for decades because it's authentic to her. And Steve Jobs' simplicity wasn't a trend, it was a philosophy that ran through everything he touched. So think about the feeling you want people to have when they encounter your brand. Do you want them to feel safe? Maybe it's inspired or energized, calm, cozy, accessible. That feeling should live in every single touch point. Your color choices, your font, the way you write, the background of your videos, the words you choose, all of it should just reinforce that one feeling. Now here's where it gets really powerful, because what you see and how you feel actually add up to something bigger, something that separates you from everyone else doing what you do. This is your value position. It's the beliefs and perspectives you consistently signal through your words and actions. It's what you're signaling to the world, and it's all about what you stand for. And this is actually the thing that cements brand loyalty. Your value position is what you consistently communicate through your words, your choices, your beliefs, and it's the why behind everything that you do in the brand. Look at Madonna. Madonna has always signaled sexual freedom, autonomy, reinvention, defiance of norms. She didn't just say these things, she lived them. Every album, every performance, every public statement reinforced this position and pushed the envelope. And people don't just love her music. I mean, come on, like, let's be honest, Madonna, I'm not throwing shade, but like, she's not the greatest singer, okay? But she is so much more than that. Singing just happened to be a vehicle for her expression. People really love what she symbolizes. Think about Gandhi. Gandhi's value position, and really the entire frequency of his brand, if you will, came down to one word, one single word: peace. His value position was so clear that it changed the world. Another example is Dolly Parton. Absolutely love Dolly. She signals radical authenticity, kindness, love, and self-ownership. She owns her narrative completely. The makeup, the plastic surgery, the wigs, the big personality, and she's also got juxtaposition, because underneath all the hair and the makeup and the to-do, the performer face, and what people would judge as sort of fake, is one of the most big-hearted, genuine, real people out there. I mean, Dolly is famous for her heart. All of that is her value position. Be yourself unapologetically. You can be glamorous and genuine. So your value position is the belief system that runs through everything you do. It's what people sense when they read your copy, watch your videos, or even get on a call with you. People will want to know, what do you stand for? What do you believe in? What do you care about? How does this person actually align with what I believe in? The semiotic branding of your visual signature and your aesthetic cue can basically be copied. Your value position can't, because it's unique to you. Yes, the idea of peace is not unique, but how you embody peace, how you stand up for it, how you talk about peace is. Your value position is what turns followers into believers. It's what makes people choose you over someone who might be cheaper, faster, or more famous. So think about what you stand for that's different from everyone else in your space. What belief system runs through your business? Are you signaling that through your words, your choices, your content? Because again, consistency here is everything. When you're clear about your value position, everything else becomes easier because people don't have to guess what you're about. They know. Celebrities master this because they understand something fundamental. People don't buy products. People don't even really buy services. People buy beliefs. They buy into a worldview. They buy into someone who stands for something. So here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't need a massive budget to master semiotic branding. You just need clarity and consistency. C is your visual signature. It's that one visual sign, that signature that people recognize. Feel is your aesthetic cue. It's the vibe that matches who you actually are, and it permeates your whole world. Signal is your value position. It's actually what you stand for. So if you found this helpful and you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and be sure to subscribe, because I'm creating content like this every week and you don't want to miss it. And I will see you in the next video.